Depression. Now you hear this word a lot, but I have a feeling most of you don't actually know what it is. It is a mental disorder caused by chemical imbalances in the brain. According to the American Psychological Association, depression is more than just the feeling of sadness. In fact, people with depression often experience physical issues, emotional issues, and social issues. Did you know that depression is the most common mental disorder to date? According to the National Institute of Mental Health, 18% of adults suffer from some form of depression. That's a total of 40 million people in the United States. Now, the most common type of depression is major depression. This consists of severe symptoms that interfere with one's ability to do normal activities, like eating, working, studying, sleeping, and enjoying life in general. Some people only experience these severe symptoms once in a lifetime, but more common than not, people have multiple episodes. Major depression affects 14.8 million adults, which is 6.7% of the population. And according to the World Health Organization, major depression is the leading cause of disability in the U.S., ranging from ages 15 to 44. Now, the second type of depression is persistent depressive disorder. Now, this is categorized as episodes of major depression with periods of less severe symptoms. Now, the last type of depression is bipolar disorder. It's also known as manic depressive illness. This disorder is not as common as the other two, but it is categorized by a constant cycling of mood changes. People with bipolar disorder experience extreme highs, manic, that last usually from 1 to 2 weeks, and then experience extreme lows, depression, that usually also last between 1 to 2 weeks. Now, this is a constant up and down cycle. 5.5 million Americans suffer from bipolar disorder. And according to the Treatment Advocate Center, it's estimated that 51% of them go untreated. It's also estimated that 15 to 17% commit suicide. People with depression experience a lot of different things, including physical pain, including chronic joint pain and back pain, and they also experience physical changes. According to the National Library of Medicine, people experience weight changes, appetite changes, gastrointestinal changes, sleep issues, and tiredness. Depression also affects one's mood. It has a lot of emotional changes involved. People feel sad, they feel worthless, they feel numb, and they cry a lot, and oftentimes they feel unwanted. Depression can also affect relationships. It can honestly really affect friends and families' relationships. It can cause burdens, it can cause strain from people with depression withdrawing and losing contact with them, or have a feeling of unwillingness to participate, causing family and friends to move on. According to Psychology Today, depression also causes self-doubt, criticism, and unrealistic expectations. Depression can also affect one's career. Because depression is so debilitating, it causes people to feel hopeless, have no motivation. They could care less about succeeding. The good thing is, depression is treatable. There are medications out there that have become available to help balance out the imbalance in the brain. And there's also talk therapy. You sit down with a therapist and just discuss your life, and they help you reframe situations to see it in a more positive light, and it just helps you calm down. There's a less common type of treatment called electroconvulsive therapy, ECT, which helps also measure out the imbalance in the brain by using electricity. Depression is very serious. It's a chemical imbalance. It's not just mind over matter. It's so much more. And there are different types. We must remember that. And it affects a lot of people and it doesn't only just affect your mood. And also remember, there are treatment options out there available for people suffering from depression. I hope you've learned a lot about depression today, and I hope that motivates you to seek help if you are suffering from any of these.